Hello, 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 hello. It's Let's Talk Marriage with the Manleys.
Yes.
We're on tonight and we want to welcome everybody on tonight. It is Let's Talk Marriage with the Manleys. So we are here in a different location tonight though, but we are here and ready to rock and roll.
Yes.
So we want to get all of you all to come on in. As you're coming in, let us know where you're coming in from. Let us know where you're coming in from. If this is your first time being on with us, please let us know where you're coming in from. We are super excited to be on again tonight. It's Let's Talk Marriage with the Manleys. Yes. You guys, we are super excited every time we get a chance to come on. And so we want you to come on live with us tonight. So come on in. I see you coming in. Come on in. Come in the room. We are excited. Come on in the room. Let us know where you're coming in from. If you would so kindly let us know. We are super excited that you are here. So as you're coming in, let us know where you're coming in from. Give us your name. Give us some hearts and some thumbs up. Let us know that you are on and ready to engage. We got a good topic for you tonight. It's going to be good. Again, this Let's Talk Marriage with the Manleys. It's Thursday, y'all.
Yeah, we are here.
Yes. It's a good day and it's a good night. It's a good evening. Yes, great day. So come on in, everybody, as you're coming in. Let us know where you're coming in from. Hey, Yolanda, good to see you. Super excited to see you on tonight. Thank you for joining us. Come on in, Yolanda. Yes, Yolanda is on. Hope you're doing well. Hope you guys had a great day. So as you're coming in, let us know. Hey, Tanisha, good to see you. Hey, Nikki Ann Baker Parker. And Nikki Baker Parker. You know, I got to call your whole name. So excited to see you. Glad that you're on. Yes. Come on in, everybody, as you're coming in. Let us know where you're coming in from. I know DC's in the house.
Oh, yeah.
We got Reedsville. We got Greensboro.
Uh-huh.
Where else do we have out there? So come on in and let us know. Good. I'm glad you guys can hear us. I'm looking at the thumbs up, the hearts up. That lets us know that they can hear us real good. We're excited to be on tonight and to talk and share. If you're coming in, go ahead and tag somebody. Go ahead and like the post. Go ahead and share. Okay, so like, tag, and share. Get it tagged on. Tag somebody in. Let them know, hey, we're on. We want you to come in the room. You don't want to miss it tonight. It's going to be good. Yes. So I hope you guys had a good day. It's raining here. I wonder what it's doing in your side of your places of where you live. Good. Glad to hear you guys are doing well.
Yeah, good. You're doing well. All right.
All righty. So what is it like where you are? As we're letting the audience build a little bit more and letting more people come on, we want to give a few moments for you to come in and get situated, get your pen. Yes, and get your pad. You better get it because we're going to give you some good stuff tonight. I think it's going to be enjoyable and fun at the same time. That's right, Yolanda. Go ahead and tag some people. Let them know we're here. Get them on in here. We're excited about what's going to happen on tonight. It's a good day. I'm with my love tonight.
She's with me, and I'm with her.
Yes. I'm with you, babe.
I got you, babe.
I got you, babe. Yes, it is raining. Yes, it is raining. Absolutely, it is raining. So we're glad that you guys are with us on tonight. So, I'm making a mess, trying to make it good. Okay, I think that's better. All right, I'm up here moving the screen and making it move. Yeah, forgive me. Just trying to get it set up so it looks good. All right, guys, we are so excited. It's getting ready to be a great, great, great evening as we share and talk about some things. I want to make a brief announcement that for some of you who did not get a chance to get into my Elite Wife Masterclass the last time, I am going to run that again. However, I'm going to be running out some Elite Wife Master Series where I'm going to be doing 3 days of some workshops. And this will be 3 days where I just teach on one particular subject, and we'll just give you just everything we got for that one subject, and then we'll, break it down. So we'll have a series of workshops that we'll be doing over the course of some time. And so I want to encourage you to keep your eyes open and ears open so that you can be a part of that. Okay, and then I am going to run the masterclass again, and it will be coming up probably the latter part of April where we start that again. So for those of you who are on, and if you went through the masterclass and you got some benefit from it, we would love for you to share your comments, share what you got from it, share what was impactful. And if there was anything that was impactful. And so yeah, we're super excited about getting ready to do that again.
Like a 3-day boot camp.
Yes, a 3-day boot camp with
Right.
me. I'm going to give it to you. And we're going to dig into Delilah's bed and talk about that and share some things I think that will benefit you.
And let me say this, men, I don't want to leave you out because some of your men will say, what about me? What about us men? Yeah, I'm going to be putting some things together for the men so we can get together and have some real conversations. Yes, some real conversations. So it's going to be entitled The Man in the Mirror. Understanding you, looking at you.
Wow.
Yes. So
come on, it's gonna be good, y'all.
Yes. So
men, get your listen, ladies. You got your husbands. Get them into that. Get them men in there and say, listen, I want you to listen just as much as I'm listening. Get the men in it. It's gonna be powerful.
Yes.
If you know anything about my husband, he's gonna be real. He's gonna be transparent, and he's gonna be very honest. Right? And so it'll be good for those of you who are not in it to get in it just so you can hear about what things my husband, for the men to kind of figure out what are some things we can do to be better at where we are and being better husbands. We want to be better wives. So men, come on.
That's right.
Right?
Come on in.
It takes two to do this,
That's right?
It takes two.
Yes.
Come on, what's in the song?
Take two to tango.
It takes two. We're not gonna sing tonight, y'all. Don't do that. We're not singing tonight. Not gonna be a song along or sing along. Not tonight. All righty. So you ready to get started?
Yeah, I'm ready.
Cool
Are
beans.
y'all ready?
Cool beans. Let's make it happen.
All right.
So tonight, I think you saw our topic. Our topic is watching you.
Watching me? Watching you?
Come on.
Yes, watching you.
Awesome.
So we always got to have a scripture, right? So that's going to be our base tonight. And we're going to be coming out of Matthew chapter 6, beginning at verse 22 and 23. And I'm going to read at least 2 translations because I want you all to get this. But listen what it says here. Matthew 6, 22 and 23. It says here, the eye is a light. In other words, a lamp for the body. If your eyes are good, healthy, clear, your whole body will be full of light. But if your eyes are evil, unhealthy, or bad, your whole body will be full of darkness. And if the light, only the light you have is really darkness, then you have the worst kind of light. Wow. Let's do another translation. It says here, the only source of light for your body is the eye. Think about that. If you look at people and want to help them, you will be full of light. But it also says, but if you look at people in a selfish way, you will be full of darkness. So again, our topic tonight is watching you. So we're going to talk about these eyes. Yes, we all have these, don't we?
Yes.
We all have these eyes. And so, in other words, the Bible says like the eyes are the window to our soul.
Yes.
Yes, the eyes. These 2 little things you got up in your head that we have in our head, they are the window to our soul. So in other words, they provide information to our emotional state. And let me make it a little more clear. In other words, you can look in a person's eyes and you can have an idea what they're thinking.
That's right.
What's going on in their mind, how they're feeling by looking at their eyes. And guess what? Since we've been in this pandemic, that's what we've been looking at majority of the time. People's eyes.
And oftentimes, what's in your eyes speaks to, again, the emotional state. It speaks to the your place of comfort. It could speak to things that are going on, feeling good, not feeling good, healthy, unhealthy. And so to look in the eye of an individual really takes a lot of effort because it requires you to be attentive and stay focused on looking and keeping and getting into a space with them. And so, even oftentimes when we talk about husbands and wives looking in the eye of their spouse, it's very difficult to do that because it exposes you and it allows that person to see a deeper space of you. Mm-hmm. And so, watching and looking in the eye is really, really important.
Right, because you can tell what's on a person's mind mm-hmm. by what they're thinking by looking at their eyes. Mm-hmm. You know, I always use this analogy, you know, for my son because he's our son, he's a basketball player, and mm-hmm. I always tell him before you step on the court, you can look at somebody's eyes, mm-hmm. and we've done that to him. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. You can look at, you know, as an athlete, you can look at an athlete's eyes before the game begins, and you can tell what frame of mind that athlete is in mm-hmm. by looking at their eyes. Mm-hmm. If they're prepared, if they're ready, mm-hmm. if they're fearful, mm-hmm. you know, if they lack confidence or if they have confidence, sure. just by looking in their eyes.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. And that same applies in relationships. Yes. You can look in the eye of a spouse, and oftentimes if the other spouse is not there, you can look in the eyes of a female and tell whether or not she's loved or not. Yeah. Right? You can look in the eyes of a woman and tell if she's secure. You can look in the eyes of a woman and tell if there is some something going on with her as it relates. You know, bright eyes always indicate that there is excitement. There's a bright eyes always an indication that there's peace. Yeah. Bright eyes are an indication that there's good health going on. And so oftentimes looking in the eyes of an individual will tell you a lot about them and where they are. And my husband just mentioned it. Oftentimes we look at our sons and we say things like, we can tell if he's going to compete hard tonight because we can look in his eyes and tell where he is. Mm-hmm. Your eyes kind of bring you into focus mm-hmm. and will focus your attention towards a task and make you bring you into a place of being more task oriented based on how you are looking, what you're looking at and what you're paying attention to. So your eyes are really important.
Yeah, because your eyes also, you know, by providing light, which means it gives you direction. Mm-hmm, mm-hmm. Your eyes will tell you which way you need to go. Mm-hmm, mm-hmm, mm-hmm. So now let's get a little more into this thing here. Now, listen to this. I want to share this with you, and I hope my men are with me tonight. Listen, men. Men, looking at certain women, married or single. Listen to this. Men, when we look at certain women, whether they married or whether they are single, your eyes will send signals to your body as a form of reaction. Did you get that?
That's good.
Let me say it again. Men, when we look at women, whether the woman is married or whether the woman is single, our eyes will give off a certain signal to our bodies as a form of reaction. Mm-hmm. So in other words, we will react in a certain way by what we have just looked at.
Right. That's right. That's right.
Not touched.
Come on, talk about it.
Sight. Think about that, because we are driven by what we see.
Mm-hmm. Yes, that's good.
If you don't believe it, it's in the Bible. What did God do with Eve? When he created Eve, he made Eve. He brought Eve to Adam.
Yes.
He presented her to Adam. Mm-hmm. And so Adam could see what Eve looked like.
Yes.
He did not touch Eve. Mm-hmm. His first encounter with Eve is what he saw.
Right.
And immediately when he saw Eve, he said, "This is bone of my, this is flesh of my flesh. Uh-huh. She should be called woman."
Yes.
And so that was the first indication of a man.
Yes.
Looking upon a woman.
Mm-hmm. That's so good. And so when you think about it, God made Eve to be for her to be attractive, for him to want to look on her, mm-hmm. right? And so the look was about the fact that he was going to have an enjoyment with seeing her, right? Okay, we're gonna go somewhere with that in just a few minutes. He didn't create a woman that wasn't attractive. He created her to be attractive, that his eyes was on her, right? And so that's what men are looking for. They're looking for you to be attracted or to see something. Men want to see you. They don't want you to be covered all the way up. Okay, right? They want to see you. Right? And so that's why, but men are driven by what they see. So why would God create a female that wasn't attractive? No, he created her to be attractive. Right. So that he could see her, right? And know that she was what? Bone of his bone and flesh of his flesh.
That's right.
All right?
All in the eyes.
Uh-huh.
Again, men, we don't have to touch in order to feel a certain way.
Right.
Our eyes will indicate how we feel.
Yes.
Because as the scripture says, let me read it again. If you look at people in a selfish way, your eyes will indicate something. So it depends on what you're looking at. Will determine your state of being.
Right.
From your eyes. Now, I'm not going to leave you out, women. Ladies, listen to this here. Both men and women can use their eye to communicate what they want.
That's right.
Think about that.
That's right.
Men and women do communicate with their eyes to what they want. They use their eyes. Men, most time we use our eyes for lusting. I'm going to give you something on that.
Go ahead.
And women use your eyes for flirting. To get what you want. What do you mean? Listen to this verse of scripture right here. Proverbs 6:25 says here, such a woman might be beautiful, but don't let her beauty tempt you. In other words, don't let her beauty, cause you to have lust in your heart.
Draw you away.
Draw you away. Tempt you. Because of her beauty, because what you looked upon. But then it says, don't let her eyes capture you. That's her eyelids. Because women use their eyes to flirt, to get what they want.
So now we're talking about outside women outside your marriage. Don't talk about the women in your house. Go ahead, keep talking, Pastor.
Okay.
Go ahead.
Now, because now I'm gonna make it a little clear. Because we're talking about married men and married women.
Yes.
Because we as married men must be very careful. Listen to me. That we don't look at another woman.
Right. Come on.
In a, who's not our wife, in an uncomfortable way. By how we look at them. Right.
Right. And you know what? For women, we can pick up on the look of lust on a man. And men can pick up on a flirting look in a woman.
Right.
I mean, come on, y'all talk about it. When you think about the fact that that's a part of our sight, you can look upon somebody and see that there's lust in their eyes.
Yeah.
And you can look at and so men kind of have to be alert and be able to say and see that when a woman is looking at you in such a way that you need to beware of that woman, and vice versa, because eyes do speak to something. You use your eyes to speak. Your eyes are a way of communicating.
That's right.
Right? Your eyes are a way of telling something to a person without opening your mouth.
That's right. So in other words, when a person looks into your eyes, they're able to see what is inside of you.
You give them a window into a place where it takes them into a window of intimacy with you. And so that's where the area of intimacy is really created when we allow someone to look into us. It's looking into those eyes. And so that's why it's important as couples that we look at each other in the eyes.
Right.
You got to build that. Now, some of you are having difficulty with doing that because you haven't done it in a very long time. And because if there's been a breakdown in a relationship or a breakdown in any fashion, any way that has created a discord or disconnected for you, then oftentimes we're not able to look at one another in the eyes because we don't have an emotional connection.
Right. Because your eyes don't lie.
Oh, that's true. That is
the
true.
eyes do not lie.
That's so
now,
true.
if you have some if there's some insecurity somewhere, then you cannot look at the person in their
Right.
eyes
Mm-hmm.
because there's some shame, there's
Mhm.
some, you know, lack of confidence.
Mm-hmm.
So you cannot look the person in their eyes.
Mm-hmm.
And also if there's some type of deceit or some type of deception,
That's right.
you cannot look at a person in their eyes.
That's right. That's right. That's right. Mm-hmm.
But if you don't have anything to hide, then you can look the person right in the eye,
Mm-hmm.
because now your eyes will communicate genuineness.
Right.
You know,
Uh-huh.
truthfulness, honesty.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
You know.
Mm-hmm. And so that's important, guys, when you think about it. Thinking about the fact that my eyes are speaking for me.
Yes, they talk.
Somebody said my eyes are talking. And what are my eyes saying to my spouse?
Mm-hmm.
What are my eyes saying to my husband? Right? Are my eyes saying that I'm upset, I'm bothered, I'm mad, I'm angry? What are my eyes absolutely saying? Because our eyes are speaking constantly.
Yeah, because you know, sometimes we made a comment. You see how he looked at me?
Mm-hmm.
You see how she looked at me?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Didn't they open their mouth?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
But their eyes spoke volume.
Right. Right. Mm-hmm.
And so we have to be mindful of what we're saying with our eyes, with our spouses, with other people, especially with the opposite sex.
Absolutely.
Because men, don't you know you can undress a woman by your eyes? Because your eyes give vision. Eyes provide vision.
Come on, that's good. That's good.
And so we have to be careful how we look at people, and that we don't give off the wrong signal, a negative signal.
That's good.
By what we're, saying through our eyes.
That's good. I love that when you said that, not giving off a negative signal.
Right.
Because oftentimes we do give off signals that we don't intend to give off, but because we're not aware or we're paying attention to what we're doing. And oftentimes, sometimes women, there are women that know if I look at a man a certain way, I will get him to look at me or want me or be attracted to me.
Yes.
And so women, we got to be careful, especially my single ladies. And talk to my single ladies for a minute. Be careful how you're entertaining a man who's not your husband with the way you're looking at him. Because men will undress a women, but women can do the exact same thing. We're not going to play with that. We can do the exact same thing. We may not do it as quickly as men do, but we would do that because why? If we're seductive, we got a seducing spirit on us. We got things on us that are we are lustful. Then we will do the exact same thing. So we don't want to hide behind this shadow and say we as women don't do that. Yes, we do.
Because why would the scripture say if a man look upon a woman, not touch, look?
And so that's serious.
Serious. With enticement, with lust in your heart. That's selfishness, because what lust seeks to get.
Yes.
So with selfishness, and the Bible said now, your vision or your eyes have become dark. And it said it's very dark. When you look with a selfish, viewpoint.
Right.
Even in our marriage, we cannot look with a selfish viewpoint.
Right.
So we have to look with love in our hearts, with love on our minds.
Absolutely. And so this is all this is all foundational stuff. You remember when you first started dating your spouse? And boy, that's all you want to do is look in their eyes.
Yeah.
Gazing in their eyes, looking in their eyes all the time. But as we progress through marriage, we progress through some of the things we have to encounter or we encounter in our marriages. The looking in the eyes starts to cease. It starts to dwindle. It starts to diminish because we've allowed things to come in between to keep us from having that ability to be vulnerable and look in the eye of our spouse.
Right. And then when that happens, you begin to look other places.
Absolutely. Talk about it.
And other places begin to attract your attention. Because now you've gotten off of focus, what you should be looking at. It's like a teacher. Look at me. Stay with me.
That's right.
Focus.
And you know what? All that is connected to our heart.
Yeah.
When you think about it, our sight is really directed to our heart because whatever we see is eventually going to come out of our mouth. And what comes out of our mouth, the Bible says, out of the abundance of the heart, the mouth speaks.
That's right.
And so when you think about that, when you think about what's in my heart, am I seeing right? through my heart. Is my heart right to see right concerning my spouse? Right? Or is my heart tainted with stuff that we've gone through, so I can't see him right or see her right because I've allowed stuff to cloud it out in my heart?
Yes.
Right? And in your heart, you know, is connected to your attractions. Come on, your desires come from your heart, and your attention. So who gets your attention that you're looking at, or you're looking to go to, or you're looking to connect with? Yeah. Who has your desire, that your passion for them is outside of your marriage? Where are your eyes being driven? Come on, is your eyes being driven all around, or is your eyes focused on the one that God gave you?
Right, because the Bible says we got to be careful. We as men, we don't have woven eyes. I mean, good. Eyes here, eyes there, going back and forth. Now, I want you to hear it. Not that you won't see things again. You know, I think I made this, statement before. Just because you see something, that don't mean you have to be attached to that.
That's right.
It's a difference. In other words, that don't mean you have to go after it.
Right.
Because see, I was told when I was growing up, which was, now I see that wasn't a good advice. You see something you want, you draw a straight line and go to it. And a lot of us are doing that today. And we're not counting up the cost.
Right. And I think that's a good point, Pastor, that you're making. And I think it maybe even expound upon it more for men about the idea of not allowing your eyes to draw you away, not allowing your eyes to draw you out from your home. Because if you allow your eyes to do that, then it dims and it darkens what you do have at home.
Yes.
You got a great woman, a great person at home, a great love at home, but because your eyes are clouded by what you've allowed to draw your attention out, you can't see your spouse anymore.
Now, this came to my mind. I'm not sure if this is a good analogy. I don't want to get too explicit, but I want to give a sort of analogy. Now, what you just said, this came to my mind. Now, everybody in their house, we all have doors, right? Okay. Or just take a vehicle for a second. Now, we all have different cars. Every car looks different. Every car does not look the same. But what is a car designed for? Transportation. Every woman looks different. Every woman is not the same. But their structure is the same. Their makeup is the same. What I mean is, what makes them a woman is the same. Even though they look different. And so that's what we understand, because something looks different.
Has a different shape.
Yeah. Doesn't mean it's better.
Come on, me.
It's still, the makeup is still the same.
Come on.
It's still a woman all at the end of the day.
Come on. Talk about
regardless of the color, regardless of the height, regardless of the size. It's still a woman at the end of the day. So the difference doesn't mean, it's better. It just shows the variation. That's all.
That's good. That's good.
And so if we men can get that, then we'll save ourselves a lot of, heartache. Really, if we can really get that. And so, because again, like we said with a car, there are a lot of cars that look a certain way, have added features and different things, but what is it known for? The feature doesn't make it better.
Right.
It just makes it different. At the end of the day, it's still supposed to provide transportation. Being a car.
Right.
So once it's not able to provide transportation, being a car, then it ceased being a car. Because it was designed to provide transportation.
It ceased from being effective for what I need.
Right. Yes. I don't care regardless what the features are. You can have all those features, but if I can't get to where I need to go, the features are no good.
So even in that same analogy, Pastor, when men, and that's talk to the single men, even when a single man is looking at different women, just because the package looks different or looks better or has more enticements to it, doesn't mean that that's wife material. Because a package doesn't determine what the package look like, may not necessarily determine what's in the package.
That's good.
And so you got to make sure that you're not driven, men, by only seeing a package look a certain way.
Yeah.
You got to make sure that you are judging or you're looking at it from a whole nother standpoint, because the lust of your eye will cause you to connect with a package or connect with a woman that may not have wife qualities. And she's simply just a woman. And so if you don't want just a woman, you want a wife, then you can't let your flesh, your eyes, keep you out there being attracted outside of the circumference of what you want.
Right. Because you can look outside of a package, but then when you open it up, it might not have the same thing what was on the outside.
Come on, because we know there's some packages that take off hair. Come on, we know some packages take off, wigs. Some packages take off eyelids. Come on, eyelashes rather. Not eyelids, but eyelashes. We know we got some packages that take off, all kind of stuff. We seen it when you're like, who is this? What happened to that person?
Right.
Right? And so men have to be careful that they don't get caught up in what the package looks like. Right? And women, come on, single women. Let me talk to my single women. You can't get caught up in what the package looks like either, because oftentimes we think that the package is determining what I'm going to receive, what I'm going to get. He looks this way, so it looks like I'm going to be able to get this type of lifestyle. Right? Oh, he looks this type of way, so it looks like I might be able to receive this type of experience with him. Right? But quite the contrary, which is why you can't be caught up in the exterior, allow your eyes to be caught up in the exterior of a person and find out what's really on the inside of the person. So that's why you got to look into their eyes and get a chance to spend time with them, talking to find out what's really on the inside.
Right, because they've been saying that a wonderful package but no substance.
Right, that's good, Pastor.
A wonderful package on the outside, but no substance, nothing on the inside.
That's right.
And so again, we have to be careful.
Absolutely.
Because the Bible says it's not what goes out of a man, but what
it's what comes, not what goes in a man,
but what comes out of a man. So what comes out is the indication what was actually in.
That's right. That's right.
And so you want to make sure what's in.
And you're right that someone said looks can be deceiving.
Yes.
Because just because something looks like it's gold doesn't mean it's gold.
Right.
Just because something looks like it's shining or has a shine to it doesn't mean it is fully that has that shine. It may just be a gloss over. Come on now. It could have an appearance of something. What did Jesus say to the fig tree when he was looking at the fig tree from afar? He was looking at the fig tree from afar, and he said, he walked up on it, and because it didn't have the figs on it, when he arrived, he cursed it. And the scriptures says that it really wasn't, if you read it, the script, it really wasn't the season for the figs, but because Jesus was looking upon it for it to have figs, it needed to produce in that season. Sometimes what we do is we will look at people and think because they look a certain way, when we get to them, they're going to be able to produce what we need.
Right.
And you can't get caught up in the looks of a person. You got to get caught in who they are. That's why looking and talking and spending time with them and letting what comes out of their mouth be an indicator of who they really are.
That's right. Because I know, prior to marrying you, one thing I did say, I'm not sure if I told you this.
Hold on.
You okay?
Go ahead.
But I said to myself, I didn't want somebody who was all into themselves more than me. In other words, they were all into their looks.
Right.
It was all about them.
And it was vice versa. Same thing for me. I was the same. I was like, I don't want nobody who's just caught up in himself, and he's a pretty boy, and he's the church gigolo. And so there were things that we were looking at like, no, I don't want that. But he was not that. He was a very nice guy. My husband's always been a very nice man, a very nice guy, always been kind. The people who know him know he's the same. He's been the same forever. He doesn't change with where he is or what's going on. He is consistently the same. And that's what I liked about him. I liked the fact that he was who he was. And he didn't try to put on the front. He wasn't trying to be cool and smooth around the guys. He didn't change, trying to be nothing in front of them. But he was who he was. And that's what I liked about him. And I love about him today. So he's still the same.
So, and that's important.
Mm-hmm.
And so again, we're talking about be careful of how you communicate with your eyes.
Yes.
Because as our title is saying, watching you.
Mm-hmm.
Because when people look at us, they're watching us.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm reminded of the scripture saying that we're living epistles read of all men.
Yes. Mm-hmm.
And so when we are out in the community, guess what? Those who are married, we're representing our spouses.
Yes, come on, that's good.
We're representing our spouses.
Mm-hmm. 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 When I open my mouth as a representation of Roy Manley. And so wherever I go, I represent him because I carry his name and I'm representing who he is. Somebody can, there's a lot of, you look at me, you can pretty much determine what kind of husband I have. Right? And so I represent him. And so this is all important in the relationship of how are you representing one another?
Right.
Right? What's the representation that you all are building that others see you and say, I can kind of tell what kind of husband they got.
Mm-hmm.
There have been some people that I've looked at and said, I wouldn't have put them out. Her personality and that person, I don't think I would have done that. But there's some people you put together and you say, oh, yeah, I know that's her husband because I can see how she represents. It looks like him.
Yeah, because really, I don't want people to say, that's Kim Manley's husband.
Nobody's going to say that. Because I represent him well. And I talk about him. See, that's the other part. I talk about him while I'm out. I bring his name up so they know, oh, he must be somebody important. He must be somebody special. Because not only do I talk about him, but I make sure I represent who he is. Right? And so that's important in the marriage relationship.
Right. Because you don't want, especially, being married, you don't want people to say, aren't you married? Or you are.
That's good.
Trying to figure out. You don't want that.
That's right. That's right.
So, it's important that we carry ourselves in a certain way.
But Pastor, I want to kind of swing back over. We're talking about the eyes. I want to say to the wives, it's important that you give your husband something to look at. Right? I put a post in.
We need it.
We put a post in.
Our lives depend on it.
I put a post in, and we're talking about looking. What is your husband? Is your husband able to look upon you? Come on, and be turned on, or is he looking at you and still trying to figure out why she got her head wrapped up again today? Come on. I know we're in the pandemic and some of us are at home and we don't like to put on makeup and we only put makeup on to go out. But it's something about putting on a little makeup that makes your whole face look different. It brings out a different look on you. And so it's important that we do that because guess what? If your husband is going out of the house on a regular basis.
He's seeing all kinds of stuff.
Thank you.
All kinds of stuff.
And you need to make sure that what he's seeing with you is attractive, that keeps him want to keep looking at you and not drawn out.
Right, because now the season is about to change.
Oh yeah, it's already changed.
Yeah, things about to spring forward. So
come on. And so here's why I say to women, make sure you give him something to look upon. Give him something to keep his eye attracted to you. Give him, and then husbands, come on husbands, on husbands.
Same thing. We got to take care of ourselves, men. Huh? We got to look sharp.
Yes.
We got to make sure we smell good, that we're fresh, that we're clean.
Talk about the... What?
We got to, it goes both ways. We can't expect it from our wives. And matter of fact, we should lead out. As men, we should lead out. I'm not saying you got to put on a shirt and tie, but whatever you have, make it look neat.
Gotcha.
Yeah. So, because you want your wife to be attracted to you just as much you want to be attracted to her.
Yes.
It doesn't stop after you say I do.
No, it should turn up.
Right.
But see what we do is we turn it down. Freedom. Oh yes. But what we do, we turn it down.
Yeah.
So talk to me. Why do we turn it down, women? Why do we turn it down, men?
Yeah, because men, we are conquer oriented. So now after we conquer, we love a challenge. So after there's no more a challenge, then we'll stop. Then we're looking for the next venture, for the next challenge.
Oh, wow. So is that reason why or indicator why sometimes men start looking out?
Yes.
Come on. We need to talk to the men.
Right.
And then wives, you got to keep giving him something that's challenging and making him keep coming after you. You got to keep that thing fresh. Huh? You got to keep looking good, looking nice. Come on, keep it where he's watching. Men are always looking.
Always.
Here's the thing. Men are always looking, and they're always looking at you. But if you don't give them something to really look at, what happens? They start looking at.
Right. Because guess what? Even the world that we live in, society. I mean, you think about it. Men, most of us like sports. And what they do in sports, they got women, advertisement to draw you, to get your attention off somewhere. I mean, this is a sporting event. What does a woman has to do with sporting event? But that's where we are.
Right.
Enticement, advertisement to get you to look, to get you to buy. Why you gotta have a woman trying to advertise a car?
Because they know a man is attracted by her, and if she look good, the car gonna look good.
Right.
And that gets him to go buy the car, or at least want the car.
Yes.
Come on. And so it's all a seller. And you see how it's the eyes. The eyes are the drawers, and it will draw you out of your relationship, or it'll draw you in closer to your relationship.
That's right. Based on what you see.
Huh? And so here's where women, we got to become more comfortable and more secure in our bodies. Come on. And more secure in who we are. Because the more confident and secure you are, come on, talk to me, the more you will begin to show and express and be open about areas of your body to keep him looking.
Right. That's why the Bible says, and they were naked and unashamed.
Come on. So it's important, ladies. I'm talking to my women tonight. Because guess what? There's some of us that are shame and bashful. I was there one time. Shame and bashful. Come on. And so shame and bashful that I wouldn't do certain things or show certain things. My husband knows in the last, since we've been in the pandemic. Yes, in the pandemic. I have done things and he's like, I know you freak.
Yeah.
Huh? Because I've gotten comfortable in me and comfortable in my size, in my shape, in all of that. And when you get comfortable, guess what? Guess what? Your man, most men, they may say, oh, honey, you know, they want you to do this or do that. Some of it's just because they want you to be healthy. All right. But men want to see you. So turn on them lights so he can see you.
Right.
Y'all, stop playing. Don't do that. Stay with me. Come on. But yes, because he wants to see you. I've talked about it in my book, Delilah's Bed, The 6 Secrets to a Man's Heart. I talk about those areas. It's important because he is driven by what he sees.
He will always be driven by what he sees. That will never change.
Absolutely.
That's it. That's our makeup. That's how we've been wired. That's how we've been designed. That will never change.
Yes, it's the natural process.
But the thing is, we have to, sometimes as men, we have to get control of it, depending on the situation.
Hey, Pastor Cooper, good to see you, sir.
Yes, she said.
So it's important that we get control of that. But women, give him something.
Right.
Huh? I told y'all there's certain things you just gotta do because he wants to see you.
Yes.
With the lights on.
Right. And you would want him to see you.
Come on.
You wouldn't want him to see anything else but you.
That's right. And then men, come on. Men, we need you to do things that we want to see.
Right.
Come on, those same sweatpants you wear every day. Come on, don't No, those are dirty. Come on, no, don't do those. Come on, those old man pajamas, trash. Get some new stuff.
So let's inspire our wives.
Yes.
So if somebody needs to get it going. So somebody take the baton and run with it. The other one will catch up.
Right.
Yes. Okay?
Absolutely. Because guess what? It's all about creating the sense of intimacy right? Where into me see, where I'm allow you to enter and look in my eyes and see me. And so all of this is opening and transparency and complete honesty in the relationship.
Right. Because when you think about, when you look at Proverbs 31, what he was saying is that you fail them all. Yes. And I made a statement last week. Yeah, I see a lot of stuff, but the one I'm married to is enough. And so, and you have to get to that place.
Hey, Karen Bass, good to see you. Glad to have you on.
So what you're saying is very important. So your eyes will also give you your perception.
It drives your perception.
It drives your perception.
Drives what you think about things, how you move, your behaviors.
Right. I mean, that's in any realm of life. Even in our world today, what we're seeing, a lot of people are responding based on what they're seeing.
Right.
More so than what they are hearing.
Right. That's good, Pastor. That's good. That's good. I like this comment that Nikki just said. She said, "Buy what you want to see them in if they're not already they don't already have it."
I like that.
And so men with something, I want to see you with this. I want to see you with that. I'm gonna give you a tip. Nikki just told us, go get it. Go get it. And then here's the thing, women, then you can't be in your feelings, acting some kind of way, because he wants to see you in something.
Right.
Okay, now, because we act that way. Oh, what'd you buy that for? You don't think I look? Don't do that. Guess what? If he bought it, he wants to see you in it. So be open enough to put it on.
So both of y'all need to participate.
It's a participation.
Yes.
Exercise.
Teamwork make the dream work. Teamwork makes the dream work.
Absolutely. So we can't be oversensitive. That's why you got to build up your confidence in how you look and what you think of yourself. See, we can't give the responsibility over to our husbands to make us feel a certain way, because that's not right. You feel the way you feel because of the perception, the way you see things.
And let me say this. We all have fantasies. We all have fantasies. So since we all have fantasy, let's create the fantasy.
That's right. That's right.
You can create your own fantasy. Don't let TV do it.
That's right.
Don't let the world do it.
Come on.
You create your own fantasy. That's why the Bible said the marriage bed is undefiled.
This is good. I hope y'all getting something out of this, because it's all stuff that's practical, stuff that you need to apply. I know sometimes in our younger women, our young wives, right? Our young wives are dealing with changes in their bodies because they're having kids, changes in their the way the weight they can't get off, because of where they've gotten married and they're eating more, right? But there has to come a place or time where you're comfortable. And let me say this to my young married men, my young married women. Be careful in the first few years of your marriage that you allow your eyes to be drawn out, that you actually participate in a relationship that is in violation to the exclusivity of your relationship, right? Because that sets a wedge that you have to deal with later.
And now that you say that, what came in my mind, again, we're talking about the eyes. And so we have to be careful, especially as men. Again, you see a whole lot. We will always see a whole lot. That'll never change. Now, let me say that. Women see a whole lot too.
Yep, we do.
So we can't just, exclude that as well. Because your wife encounters a lot as much as you do.
And that's a good point. That's a very good point. Men don't think that your wife ain't seeing stuff too. She's just, women, we just make a decision very quickly where we're going to let that take us.
That's good. Right. And so again, man, we have to realize, why would you get so emotional over something you really can't have? In other words, you don't have the authorization.
Okay.
Why would you do that?
Talk about it.
It's like touching fire and believe you won't get burned.
Ooh-wee.
You don't have the authorization. So why let your emotions have the best of you? To try to get something is not yours. That's trespassing.
Wow.
Think about that. Why would I want another woman when I have a wife who's not mine.
Come on.
And let my emotion get the best of me.
Come on, talk about that.
And so you think about, is it worth it? Is it really worth it?
You know, Pastor, you said something about it's trespassing.
It's trespassing on someone else's property.
Come on here.
And especially if she is married. And that's a whole nother ball game.
Come on, talk about it. Single men, don't trespass on somebody else's ground.
Don't do it.
Come on. That's grounds for imprisonment. And that can be imprisonment in a whole lot of realms.
Right. Because now your life is a warrant for your arrest.
Oh, wow.
Because your life is at stake now.
What? Talk on, Pastor. But this is good stuff, though, because you think about it. Trespassing. And Pastor's talking about, you know, not, and so women, well, we may not trespass and actually go into the relationship, but we'll allow trespassing and entertaining emotional conversations. Okay. So if we don't want them to participate in trespassing, then we can't be participators in receiving or allowing trespassing to happen. Come on, good. Because it doesn't, irregardless to where you are in your relationship, there's going to be breakdown. There's going to be things that's going to happen. There's going to be times where you may not feel jointed and knitted tight together. But that doesn't mean that you allow yourself to open yourself up for someone to trespass on another man's territory.
Yes.
Come on. You can't open up doorways. Oh, he don't feed me. I'm just emotionally not connected. And he just don't talk to me. And he just ain't this. And you got this coworker at the job that's saying, honey, you look nice today. Or I like where you look. Or you look so pretty or whatever. And you allowing this to open you up to entertain someone to trespass on the grounds that don't belong to him.
Right.
Or her. Okay.
And so when that happens, guess what? You allow they in violation and you in violation.
Right. And that's right. That's another point. Somebody said, don't send signals out through your eyes that you are open.
Yes.
Oh, come on. Do you not know that people can be in a room of hundreds of people and connect eyes with somebody and already have a conversation, and there are things that are happening that send them to a place to make a connection on a deeper level because they've already locked eyes.
They locked eyes. That's right.
Huh? There's a law of attraction that happens, but it happens with your eyes. And so you got to be careful what you're allowing to happen. I can tell you many times where there have been people that kind of looked at me and I could see that lust on their eyes. I'm like, the devil is a lie. No, sir, not here. So I don't look no more. Right? And I go in another direction. Why? Because I'm protecting, first of all, I'm protecting me. Okay. And then I'm protecting the sanctity of my relationship. Because I don't want to give way or open door or make you even think that I'm easy access. Or there's easy entrance here. Okay.
That's right.
Huh?
It's all in the eyes.
And I think it's the same thing for men.
Yeah. So we got to make sure that we're not giving off any type of signal. That, I mean, in other words, listen to this. If you're not careful, we as men, you can look at a woman and you could wonder what it's like through your eyes. I wonder what that is like. And your body will begin to give off signals. So in other words, your eyes will give an imaginary. That's the vision. That's why the Bible says we got to cast down every vain imagination.
Yes, absolutely.
Every high thought to try to exalt itself above the knowledge of God.
Absolutely.
So we as married men, we know certain things we should not be thinking about, certain things we should not entertain.
As it pertains to the opposite sex outside your relationship.
I don't care how it looks or whatever, you know you shouldn't be entertaining that. So you got to cast it out. You got to get it out of your mind.
And here's the thing. That's a foul spirit.
Yes.
That comes upon you to try to draw you out. if you have conversation, you entertain it, you talk back to it, you let it sit for a while, you let it get a seat beside you. Come on, it can get real comfortable and get all up on you. And before you know, you have let that thing end to end. Then you are drawn out. You trying to, where am I thinking about this person? What's this? That's a foul spirit. You got to come against that quickly. Get up out of here. I recognize you as a foul spirit. You're not going to come here. I'm not going to entertain you. Not going to have no conversation with you. Get out of here.
That's right. You don't have no place here.
Right? And so we got to be alert to that and be attentive to where we are. The Bible talks about our eyes are the gateway to our soul. Our ears are gateways. And so this is a sense. This is one of our senses that the enemy wants to try to pervert and twist.
That's right.
He wants to take your eye gates and cause your eyes to be perverted and twisted outside of the covenant of your relationship.
Yes.
He wants you to get drawn out. He wants to catch your eye. It's like a hook. You ever went fishing? Ever been fishing somewhere? Or ever been fishing? I've been fishing with my father for the first time ever. 3 years ago, 4 years ago, before the pandemic, and never been fishing before. And one thing you got to do is you got to put the little worm as the bait on the hook, and then you got to throw the thing the right way. Well, first of all, I couldn't throw the thing because it never got out there in the water right. So, but when you throw it, there's a certain thing you're waiting for that fish to catch on, and when it catches on, you got to lift it up and you got to snatch it a certain way because it got to catch the hook, right? It's got to hook the fish, be able to, so you can reel him in.
But what did the fish? The fish sees something that
catches his attention.
Catches attention. The fish is drawn. It's enticed by what it sees.
Yes.
So it goes
to it.
It goes to it, but not knowing that there's a bait. It's a bait that is drawing the fish.
And it's getting ready to get hooked.
Yes.
And drilled in.
Right.
And so what you got to be careful, Lord have mercy, what you got to be careful of is that you are not allowing yourself to be drawn out by the bait.
Yes.
To get hooked on something that you can't get yourself free from. Because guess what? That fish cannot get off that hook until the person who reels them out of the water decides whether they're going to keep them, put them in the bucket, go take them home, clean them and fry them. Or they're going to take them off and say, no, I'm going to spare you today and throw you back in the water.
Right.
Y'all, come on here. Come on here.
Yes, yes, yes.
So you got to be careful what you allow your eyes to see, because your eyes will hook you into something you didn't mean to get in, and keep you on that line.
Right. Because think about it. Even in other realms of life, people have purchased things based on what they saw, and they didn't have any intentions of doing it. I done spent so much money based on what I saw.
And then when I got it, it wasn't what I thought.
Yes.
Or after I got it, it didn't fulfill what I wanted it to fulfill.
Because it wasn't a blessing.
Come on. Come on. The blessings of the Lord make it rich and add no sorrow. Oh, well, that's what they say. That's what the word said. Y'all come on in here. Listen, we can't let ourselves be drawn out by the bait. And even as we're here, the bait of the world will draw you away. Don't let it hook you, because if it hooks you, it's going to hold on to you and keep you in control.
Because what the Bible says the world is, the lust of the flesh and the what? The lust of the eyes and the pride of life.
Yes. And so what does the enemy use? He uses lust.
Yes.
He uses it to draw you away and draw your attention, your desire, and your attraction away from your spouse.
Yes.
He wants you to go away. He don't want you to look at your spouse. He wants you to get cloudy in your eyes. He wants you to get messed up in your sight, so that you don't see your spouse the way you should see your spouse.
Right. And you think something else is better based on your eyes.
And as we said before, just because it looks better doesn't mean it is better.
Yes. Or is it for you?
Right. Is that really for you? You got to be careful. Just because it's nice and pretty and it looks good, don't mean it's for you.
Right.
Men, just because looks like she got this, you got all the package together, don't mean she's a wife for you. Vice versa. Women, just because he looked like this, he got muscles everywhere, he looked like, come on, he doesn't mean he's a husband. He could be literally just a man. Oh, y'all stop talking. Y'all come on now. Don't do that. Stay with us.
We're just trying to keep it real.
Absolutely. Because we want you to be able to be effective in your whole entire marriage.
Yes.
So watching you. So I'm watching you, babe. Because I want to see what he gonna do next. Keep him. Listen, you should be in such a excitement to keep them looking like, what's she gonna do today?
That's right.
What's he gonna do today?
Yes.
Huh?
What's she gonna put on? How she gonna look or whatever?
Yes.
You know?
Yes.
Oh, I like the way you look. You know.
Come on here.
I like the way you comb your hair. I like it.
Absolutely. This is what makes things so enjoyable and so fun in the relationship. Singles, I want to say to you, be careful what you're giving and you're lending out there for the opposite sex to look at too soon.
Right. Oh, that's good.
Can I say that to you?
Yeah.
Right? There is still a thing of modesty.
Yeah.
Come on. And good men, let's just be real, good men don't want everybody to see what they gonna get.
That's right.
Right? Oh, you so sweet, Natasha. They don't want everybody to see what they got. So single women, keep a level of modesty. I ain't saying you gotta be, dress covered from head to toe and looking like you just, you don't. No. I'm not saying. I'm saying look attractive, look pretty, but you ain't got to expose your stuff. Come on, a real man, if he's gonna take you home to mama, take you home around family, he don't want you exposed because he don't want nobody else seeing you. Right.
And see, and you gotta be careful, women, that when a man sees you, that he's looking at you. And not other things.
Talk about
that he's looking at you and not other things. Because if he's not looking at you and looking at other things, he's letting you know what's on his mind.
That's exactly right. Come on. And guess what? Then you can't say, you don't never talk to me. You don't never do this with me. Why? You're giving him something to look at, which means that's his attraction to you. And whatever attracts him is going to be the mode of operation or how he deals with you on a regular basis.
Right. It's because you're letting him know what you are about.
And so that goes back to the conversation we've had several times before as we look back over communication, talking, and what we're doing as a single woman. Don't be careful that you don't let him do a lot of touching, right? And you create an atmosphere where he's talking to you, because if he touches you more in the dating, he will not talk to you in the marriage.
And then let me say this, woman, you got to be careful that you don't touch.
Okay.
That's the flirt part, that you don't touch in a certain way. Huh?
All right.
You can send off signals too.
Absolutely.
Oh, he's so nice. Huh?
Yeah. And that's important. So single women, don't do that, right? Because touching does attract men. It causes them to kind of look at you a little differently. Did you touch me?
Yeah.
And especially don't touch them on that. Come on, don't do certain things you don't do. We're going to have a session for just a single ladies. Yeah. I think we need to have a session about single men and single ladies only. Yeah. So we can tell some do's and don'ts.
Hey, brother boy, how you doing?
No, don't do that.
See? Stuff like that.
Don't do that.
Yeah.
Yeah. Be careful.
Be careful.
Right? And some of you say, well, I don't mean no harm. I just like to touch people. Yeah, but be careful.
Right.
Because touching connects people to you. Touching creates a connection. So when you touch them, it's creating something. Be careful that you don't do that, or that you're mindful of doing that. Right? I had to be real careful. I'm a person like to touch you on, when I see somebody touch them on the back and say, hey, how you doing? Or touch them on the shoulder. I have to be careful that with the opposite sex, that they don't think that I'm making a gesture to them other than how you doing? And it's clean.
Right. So you got.
Right. So you got to be really careful. And I'm talking to the single people, talking to the married people. We're talking to everybody. This is important that all of us do this. Because if you don't, you'll lend something or give off something and make someone think that you're open for other things. Right? So we got to protect our house and protect our family, protect our husbands, right? So this is important. So it's so important that you protect yourself in that area and that you don't lend off to anything. All right?
That's right.
Cool beans. All right. Y'all good? This is good tonight. Did y'all get something out of tonight? We watching you.
Yeah.
Come on. You need to say to your spouse, I'm watching you. Right? Look at your spouse. If your spouse is in the house, say, I'm watching you. Huh?
So we need to watch each other.
Yes.
Not to see if somebody's going to fall or make a mistake, but to encourage each other.
Yes. Yes. You know? Absolutely. Y'all good? Awesome. Awesome. Natasha, thank you for being on with us tonight. Yes. We had a great time tonight. We hope that everybody got something out of tonight. Did you? Give us some thumbs up, hearts up. Great. We're so excited that you did get something. Again, apply this. This is applicable in every relationship, singles and married, right? Because whatever bait you are attracted to by what you see, make sure that you, come on, put your question in there, Natasha. Go ahead. Make sure you be careful because it'll bait you and it'll hook you in and you'll be caught up on a hook that you don't want to be on. All right. What's your question, Natasha? Go ahead and put it in. Nikki said, I've been watching you, watching me. All right. That's right. Yeah. That's right. You should be watching them as they're watching you. So you know what else to do to keep them still watching. Yeah. Right? That's right. Come on, Natasha. What's your question, ma'am? All right, guys. If you have questions, put them in the comments. Yes. We'll be definitely able to talk to you about it. So how do you handle if a man touches you and you're married? So you see that? Yeah, you want to do that, or she went with where it says, "Are you okay with us doing?" Give us a thumbs up if you're okay with us answering the question tonight. Okay, you all right for us to answer it tonight? Give me a thumbs up. Let me know you're okay with us answering that question tonight. I want to make sure it's not a private question. I know it's not private because you put it up here, but I just want to make sure you're okay with us answering that tonight. So, okay, she said yes. Okay, good. All right. So, how do you handle if a man or woman touches you and you're married? All right. So to me, if it's an uncomfortable touch, if it's a touch on my shoulder or a hug or around my waist or something that is off limits, right? Then I will simply, first of all, make sure I move their hand, and either I will say to them that was inappropriate, right? And please don't do that again, or I will make sure I give them a look to let them know that is a no. Right. Don't ever do it again. That's right. So I'm giving them, either I'm going to say it or I'm going to give them that look and say that's off. Right? All bets off here. Right? And then that person will absolutely be a person that I stay away from. That's right. If they are married, I will warn them. You do that again, I will say something to your wife. Just that simple. Because you're sneaky and you're trying to do things in violation of your vows. Right. So now you're not being honest and truthful, and your wife needs to be aware, if she's not already aware, that that's who you are. Yeah. Right? That's a warning. If you're a single lady, that's a warning. I'm telling you now, don't do it again. I'm not open. I'm not the one. Right. Choose another girl. This ain't she. Yeah. Because what's happening is you telling, or the man is telling you he does not respect his wife. And so, my thing is, if you're not going to respect her, I'm not going to disrespect her. Right. Because if I go along with it, I'm siding with you. Right. And so, yeah. So, Pastor, how do you handle it if a married woman touches you? And first, she's married, but she's touching you, and it's inappropriate. Right. What do you do? And so, first of all, we as men, we're going to come a little, direct. Now, what's up? Why did you touch me like that? I didn't like that. Do men really do that? Let's be honest, because this is the real deal. No, do men really do that? They don't. The truth, men don't do it. What we do, we brush it off, and that's a no-no. We recognize it, but we don't pay attention to it. Because a lot of times, the truth be told, we as men, we somewhat like that. And so, and we have indicated that. And so therefore, the question is, how often has this happened? How many times has this happened? One is too many. After one time, yes, then you need to, say something.
there needs to be a warning.
Mm-hmm.
Because the more you continue to allow it, your resistance begin to break down.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And so we as men, it's the same thing apply. You know,
you gotta check yourself.
You gotta check yourself. Men, we have to know our boundaries.
Mm-hmm.
There's no Superman in this thing.
Mm-hmm.
I can handle it. I'm good. No. You know,
mm-hmm.
it's the opposite sex, regardless.
Mm-hmm.
You know, especially if someone you see as attractive.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So you have to say, you have to know yourself. Say, I can't allow this.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
No matter what I might be feeling, you cannot react on your feelings.
Mm-hmm.
I cannot do this.
Yes.
So that means you got to have self-control.
Absolutely.
And the same thing applies.
Mm-hmm.
You cannot sweep anything under the rug.
Yes. So the question was, should you let your husband know if she keeps touching? I would.
Yeah.
If there's some person that's touching me and I'm married, and I've tried to nip it in the butt on my own, and here's the thing, even though I've nipped it on the butt on my own, I'm probably still gonna say something to my husband.
Yeah.
And I may say, I feel uncomfortable with this person. They're gonna ask me, he may ask me why. And I'm gonna say, because he did so and so.
Mm-hmm.
And I may say, honey, I already handled it. If it happens again, then go ahead and you take care of it.
Mm-hmm.
But I will handle it. But yes, I would share that.
Yeah.
Because don't keep a secret like that. Because that'll give way to the enemy to think he can have access. That's a secret.
Right.
That you holding something. Because the enemy will try to twist and turn that against you. So yeah, I would go ahead and tell it. You know, hey honey, this person did so and so, and I didn't like it. They looked at me a little funny. They gave me a little eye look that wasn't appropriate, or they touched me, right? Especially if they put their hands on you in an inappropriate place.
Right.
Right? Especially if they put their hands on you in an inappropriate place. But sometimes men are real sly, so they just may touch your shoulder and rub down your arm. No, sir. I don't do that. No. And I would make sure, if I felt that uncomfortable about it, Natasha, I would say something to my husband.
Yeah.
Right. Or my wife.
Yeah.
Right.
That's
and
right.
I think that keeps the airways clean in your relationship. Because if you don't tell me, then there's something that I might need to be like, okay, now why you ain't telling me about it? Did you like that?
Yeah. Right.
Right? Why you didn't let me in on this? Did you feel some kind of way? You like that?
Right.
No, I'm telling you up front, I ain't like it, and I want you to be alert that this person is on the lurk.
That's right. Because what you intentionally hide will eventually divide. You know, and sometimes we say, wait, they don't have to know. Well, you have to look at it like this. You have to see, well, if something could be a detriment to our relationship down the road if I don't tell this, you know.
And I think it goes back to what Pastor said earlier. Men sometimes feel like that they can handle it. I think sometimes we as women feel like, well, I got it under control. I told them don't do it no more, and so I'm good. But that thought that we got it under control could very well be an out of control situation down the line that I need my spouse to be in on it, right? And so, you know, we watched a movie a couple weeks ago. We saw it was a man and the wife, the secretary was making little gestures and doing little things. And he went home that night, and the wife said, "Well, how was your day?" And he's like, "Oh, I'm good." And so when the wife saw the person, she asked questions about her, and his response, "I got it. I'm good. I'm good. I got it." And at the end of the day, he wasn't that good, right? Because he ended up almost losing his job and his life over this woman, right? And so my thing is, don't feel like you got control. Go ahead and share it with your spouse. It just keeps a lot of communication open. It keeps it open. It keeps you covered. And here's the second thing. Accountability to your spouse keeps you safe.
Yep.
Accountability. That means I'm accountable to you. So because somebody did something that touched a boundary, that violated something, and something kind of kicked off in me, I'm going to tell you that they touched me inappropriately and I didn't like it.
Right.
Because I need you safety. I need your safety now. I need you to stand up for me and be aware and watch that person.
Right.
Right? Because I'm going to watch, what you doing? Right? I hope that answered your question, Natasha. She said, I like what you intentionally, yes, right. I hope that answered your question, Sweet Pea. If it did, give us some thumbs up or a comment to let us know it answered your question. It's important that we kind of answer that question. I think that was a really good question.
That's good. And that's reality.
Mm-hmm. Sure,
that
it is
reality.
You know, because in church we gotta, in church, here we go. In church, there's a tendency of seeing brothers and sisters. Hey, how you doing? And you hug up somebody, right? You hug somebody. Hey, brother, so and so. But let me say something. You married, you shouldn't be doing front hugs.
I know they don't teach that no more.
No, we don't teach that. You shouldn't be doing front hugs. If you married another man, front hugs are out. Don't do front hugs, because guess what that does? Your chest against his chest, and some men just don't hug. They hug you tight because they're trying to feel you, right? Front hugs are out. I don't ever hug a man front hug. If I hug a man, it's gonna be I grab him and he it's side by side. It ain't no front hug. Give him that that little side thing. Why? Because it's a violation of the exclusive and getting in that circle.
Right. And don't say stuff like, well, that's just the way I hug.
No. You trying to get something. Don't do that. Right? And so hugging can be there where a man can hug you and try to rub his hand down a place he's not supposed to. So there's certain things you just got to put up boundaries.
You have to. Right?
And it's just important that you establish those for yourself. So that you can say to your husband, these are things I don't do. Right? And so I want to make sure that you know this person violated that space. Hopefully that helped. And I think, she said, yep. Good. Because guess what? These are things that protect you. Accountability is safety.
Yeah, that's right.
There's safety in that accountability, staying in it, staying around it. But especially in our church, and especially as we're going back into church, and people ain't seen people in long, they've been inside the house with their spouse. Some of them are drawn out and upset, bothered, and ready to get out. Come on. And some of us, our bodies have changed since we've been inside. Okay.
Yeah.
And so all they need is to see something and oh, I want to touch it. No, I'm not the one.
Right.
So front hugs are out. I don't do front hugs. If anything, I might say, hey, how you doing? God bless. And even when we're praying for people, we're pastors. So even as we pray for people, right? We won't be doing much of that now since COVID. But even when we pray for people, there's only certain places I put my hand on a man. If I'm praying for a man, on his head and maybe on his shoulder. Other than that, keep your eyes open while you're praying, so that wherever you put your hand, that your hand ain't going different places. You're getting out of control. Right? You got to be careful. Right? And so, these are things that are important. Hopefully that answers your question and it'll be effective for you. All right. Did you guys get something out of tonight? Cool beans. Awesome. Well, we'll be back again on next week.
Yes.
Let's Talk Marriage with the Manleys at 8:00, same time, same station. Don't change. We're going to be right here. We're super excited to have you on with us tonight. We hope that you enjoyed it. We hope you got something out of it. Hey, keep on doing this. Watching you. Watch your spouse. Watch them. Look at them. Let them see you. Give them something to look at.
Make them feel good when they look at you.
Yes. Make them put a smile on their face.
Yes.
That smile that even makes you feel bashful that they look at.
Because guess what? You think about it. Even when you wink, what is your eyes saying something? When you wink at a person.
Yes. Pastor, we're going to be sitting here another 20 minutes. So you talk about winking.
Winking.
Don't wink, single ladies. Don't wink, women. Don't wink,
man.
That means something.
You know, because even people wink when they speak.
Yes. Hey, Charmaine. Good to see you.
Bless you. Yeah, people wink when they speak sometimes. I've seen it happen.
And but that's just innocent. I didn't mean that about no. Don't do that. Don't do that. Because that's when I was in the world and I wasn't dating and I wasn't married, that winking was kind of give you a little clue on something.
Yeah.
And don't do that.
Right.
Get the winking out your eyes. Only wink at your spouse.
That's right.
Come on. The winking can be a signal on something. And you need to be careful what you're giving signals off to. That's why your eyes are important. What you're looking at, how you're looking at them. It is very important. So, guys, if you just getting on and you missed it, go back into it. You can go to our YouTube channel at Dr. Kimberly Manley, and you can see all the YouTube, all the talks that we have put up. She's laughing. You can put up all of the look at all the videos we've done up to this point, and we hope that they will bless you.
Yes.
As we're moving forward. All right. Guys, in about a week or so, we're going to have a Friday night something. And everybody who comes on to Let's Talk Marriage with the Manleys, we're going to have something just to celebrate with you because we've been on 1 year.
1 year, yes.
We're super excited.
Yes.
We've been on 1 year. And we're thankful that we'll continue to do this every Thursday night at 8 p.m.
Yes.
So thank you so much
Thank
for
you.
being on. Hey, there is Lady
Yes.
Hawes on.
Wow.
Pat Hawes came on. God
Amen.
bless you. Thank you so much for being
Yes.
on with us on tonight. Thank you for all of those who are out there, who are liking, who are sharing.
Yes,
go ahead and share this. If you haven't shared it, would you please share this tonight? Get this on your timeline. If you think somebody could be blessed by this, a single, couples, anybody,
Yes.
please get it on your timeline so that we can definitely get this out. We just want to help other couples. We know we don't know it all. We don't think that we have it all. But what we do have, we want to pour into others. Okay?
That's right.
Hey, Fatima, good to see you.
We're learning as we go along.
Right.
We're still working this thing out too.
Absolutely.
We in this together.
28 years of
Yes.
marriage and still working.
Yes.
Right? So we're super excited you guys are on with us tonight. Again, we hope to see you again on next week as we come back with Let's Talk Marriage with the Manleys.
Yes.
All right, guys. So next time, thank you for sharing. Thank you for
Yes.
sharing. Please share. Yes, it's good to see you.
Yes.
She's a newlywed, y'all.
Wow.
All right. So as you are closing out, we'll hope to see you guys next week, same time, next Thursday. Let's Talk Marriage with the Manleys. Take care. We'll see you next time.
Bye-bye.